able to rebuild my life. Again, life will test you. Life will test to see just how much you understand what you think you know. And as a former people pleaser, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Araya, but you can call me Miss Curry. That's what I'll be going by now on this channel. I know it's been a minute since I've posted on YouTube. Literally, I haven't posted like an actual YouTube video, like long form video in like a year. And considering I haven't posted and my subscribers have increased, and some of you have commented saying like, come back to YouTube, post content again. I'm posting content again. I feel like I'm in a much better place and position to like actually post too. So that's good. And I got some little notes to help guide me because my ADHD brain tends to be forgetful and get off track. So this helped me keep on track. And today we're just going to be talking about how I've been able to rebuild my life again. All right. I know that the video on my channel that got the most traction thus far is relocating as a single mom, which I did. I did that. I'm still in Florida, boo. Don't get it twisted, but I did move to a new city. And so, yeah, I've really rebuilt my life like a lot in the past year. I mean, even 6 months ago, I didn't know where I didn't know where I was gonna be living right now. I didn't know what I was gonna be doing. Okay. So I am just grateful. I'm just grateful to be here and to have something to say to you all and to give you all some tips. So pretty much last year I had like set out to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. And setting out on that journey is what caused me to rebuild my life. And honestly, the rebuilding of it all, I feel like happened more towards the tail end of the year, in the beginning of this year. But the figuring it out and figuring myself out and what I wanted and what I was willing to go after and what I was willing to do and all of those things, that whole journey took up a decent amount of time, of last year. And so I rebuilt my life in a few areas. I rebuilt my mindset. I rebuilt my career. I rebuilt my body. I rebuilt my relationship to money. And I rebuilt my relationship to other people. Okay. And as a former people pleaser, I am so happy and so proud of the woman that I am right now, because me a year ago, I was allowing certain shit and allowing certain type of people around me that didn't deserve to be in my fucking life. So the first thing was the rebuilding of my mindset. I really feel like the rebuilding of my mindset kind of happened gradually, because I'm pretty sure y'all know, as soon as you feel like you got something figured out, you realize you don't really got shit figured out. Like usually that's kind of like how that happens. Like as soon as I thought like, okay, like I understand this and I understand that, life will test you. Life will test to see just how much you understand what you think you know. Okay. And that was really what happened to me last year. And so the mindset rebuild is really what led to me being able to rebuild all the other areas of my life, because I really had to shift out of the mindset of like, one, things happening to me and things happening for me. And I genuinely believe that everything that happens to me happens for me. Genuinely. And so even if it's bad, right? And it doesn't mean just because I think everything is happening for me, that doesn't mean I need to keep everything just in my vicinity, in my proximity. No, you can learn a lesson from a bad situation and get that shit out of your life and move on. And this is one of the things I had to learn for myself, because I have a forgiving heart, and I realized this. Well, I had one. I had a very forgiving heart, but it's honestly, I think I've been too forgiving. It's one of the things that I've been unlearning, is being so fucking forgiving, because you be so forgiving and then people just think they can walk over you. Okay. But me having a forgiving heart, I used to think, well, since I forgive them, or since I forgive this situation, that it can continue to be in my life. Boo, no. Forgiveness doesn't mean that everything just goes back to the way y'all think it should. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that was like one of the first things, like realizing that you can forgive a situation and still remove yourself from the situation. And that was one of the mindset shifts I had to make. Another mindset shift that I really had to make was, listen, Everything is figure outable. Like, as a person who I have an anxiety disorder, okay, clinically diagnosed with anxiety, I have to tell myself a lot that anything and everything can be figured out. And also, it don't mean it got to get figured out today. You know, like I used to try to have my whole life figured out, pen and paper, put it on a piece of paper, you write it all out. Like I used to think that that's how I needed to be. And that breeds more anxiety. Like that used to drive me crazy, just feeling like I needed to have everything figured out and feeling like I needed to write everything out that I had figured out. No, I'm realizing that some of these things, you just figure out as you go, and you become as you go. And that is as another thing that I really had to hold on to, is that I'm gonna become as I go. That guess what? I don't know what each day is gonna bring, but I know that whatever the day brings, I can figure it out. So that was a big mindset shift I had to make, and that probably helped me the most. Like realizing that guess what? Everything can be figured out. So those are some of the like mindset rebuilds I had to make to rebuild my mindset. And I could do another video going really in depth on my mindset rebuild, because I am a journaler, I am a writer. And so I have plenty, all of my insights, all of my realizations are written down. So I can definitely share that with you all. The next thing I had to rebuild was my relationship to money. So I really had to figure out my relationship to money, because I was sick of being broke. I was sick of living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. And I had to figure out a way to not be scared of money. Like if you feel like you have to, you don't want to open your bank account because you're scared to look at the number, like that's bad. You know, you should know at all. You should know how much money you have. Like, do you not think it's weird that in today's society, because we know it, you know, net worth is like a thing, right? Somebody get famous, everybody want to see everybody's net worth. How do you know how much money Beyonce got and how much money fucking Offset got, but you don't know how much money you got? How you know other people's net worth and you don't know your own? That's what I had to realize. That's a conversation I had to have with myself. Girl, how don't you know how much debt you're in? You should know. It's you. It's yours. Your money is your money. Nobody else should know how much money you got. You should know how much money you got. So if you don't know how much money you got at any given moment of any given day, that's a problem. And I realized that I had to stop being scared. I had to stop avoiding, you know, certain things financially. I had to face my credit card debt and pay some stuff off. I had to face that shit. So rebuilding my relationship with money, the biggest thing was facing it. I didn't want to face it. I didn't want to go comb through my credit report and see all these people that I owe and see all the mistakes I made in my 20s and all the things that I bought on that credit card that I don't even know where they're at. But guess what? I still got all this debt. But the only way that I realized that I was going to be able to get to wealth or be able to have a good relationship with money is I had to face it. And so really getting clear on what your relationship to money is and figuring out how you can, you know, fix your relationship to money or heal, let's not say fix, heal your relationship with money is going to go far. Okay. So I had to really do that with my relationship to money, because in order to rebuild my life, I had to live below my means. So I had to get a clear picture on how much money do I have coming in and exactly where is my money going, so that I can make sure that nothing ever gets too far. I can't tell you in the last couple of months, my actual bank account, like I used to be used to my bank account going to the negative, and that was not because like, oh, I just was destitute. It would be because I was not keeping track of my finances. I was not keeping track of when certain bills were coming out, or if I did have, or taking shit off auto pay and paying things on certain times, and how many subscriptions I got and all of that. Like, you want to keep track of these things. That's going to help you feel like a more responsible adult. Like it's been a while since something has really completely caught me off guard financially, because I make sure that I'm aware of what is trying to come out and what I'm subscribing to and these things. You really want to rebuild your relationship to money, because let's be real, in this life, you need money, baby. Affirmations don't pay the rent. Affirmation ain't gonna put food on that table. You need money. So you need to make sure that you have a good relationship to money. You don't want to go through your life wishing that there was a bank that existed that didn't let you touch your money so you could save. No, you want to learn how to trust yourself to save your own money. So rebuilding my relationship to money was a really big step. And I can also do a video on that because I have rebuilt my relationship to money. I'm not saying I'm rich yet. I'm pre-rich. Okay. But I am very financially sound as far as I know. I'm a lot better with managing my money, and I know how much debt I'm in. I know who I owe when, and that is adulting, boo. 101. So that was that. Another area that I had to rebuild was my relationship to friends. All right. I am a former people pleaser, and I'm talking like hardcore formal formal people pleasing, to where I really feel like I used to put other people before myself, and or what other people wanted from me before myself. So if someone wanted to hang out, I'd put that over the fact that I planned my day out already and I was supposed to do X, Y, and Z, and I had to really stop doing that. And with rebuilding my relationship to my friends, it also caused me to realize that people who were in my life who were no, like it don't serve a purpose for me. Or honestly, some relationships were taking from me. And even if they're not taking something physically, I'm talking about taking something energetically. If you are someone and you have people in your life and you still have them in your life and you've dealt with like real betrayal, and you keep revisiting the situation and revisiting the situation, that is, and especially if you have tried to talk to the person, they don't want to talk, that's not somebody you want in your life. That is literally taking your energy. That same energy you're using thinking about whatever situation, that's the same energy you could be using to put towards studying or your goals or whatever it is that you want to do, your kid, whatever it is that you want to do. Don't let people rob you of your energy. If somebody is an energy robber, they are taking it from you and they don't replenish, they don't pour back into you in any type of way energetically, get them out of your fucking life. Like, I can't believe it took me this long to do that for myself. But I think it's for me because I have a very forgiving heart. And I think I have a tendency to hold on to things longer than I should. Like, I think I have I low key think I have some attachment issues. This scarf on my head, if any of my friends that have been friends with me since high school and stuff, my cousins know, I've literally had this scarf for over 10 years. Like, literally. I've had this scarf since I was 15. I'm 26. Because I just don't be letting, I would not let shit go. So if there are people in your life that you know you need to let go of, let go. And you don't got to make a dramatic exit. Sometimes you got to make a dramatic exit. Sometimes you could just wean the friendship off, But I really realized I was really robbing myself by keeping people in my life that did not need to be there anymore. So that's how I have to change my relationship to my friends. I also have to change my relationship to my friends because my life started taking turns. Like, I was once single. I'm in a serious relationship. Me and my boyfriend, we live together. And also, when I knew I wanted to stop partying so much, like, it was a phasing out of my life. Like, I literally have given up the wine for beet juice. I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking. Okay. And let me tell you, if you're somebody that drink and smoke, my mama always would tell me, is a friendly drug. You always got friends when you get high. You always got friends if you drink, if you're down to drink. Everybody, that it's a friendly thing to do. But seeing what is left of the friendship or of the relationship without those things there, do we actually got shit to talk about? Or are the things that you're talking about in certain friendships and relationships not even things you even care about anymore? Maybe you want to be on some different stuff. Maybe you want to enterprise. You want to talk about business. You want to talk about stocks. Shit, you want to talk about fucking conspiracy theories. I don't know. Like, you deserve to have people around you that fill your cup in the ways that you want it to be filled, not fill your cup in the ways that y'all were used to filling them all these years prior. If you're different and you're changed and you want new and different things for yourself, get those things from yourself. And sometimes that also means getting around new and different types of people. And that's another thing I have to do, was make different types of friends. Really, relationships, like friends, in any type of relationship, whether it's, anybody that you're close to or you consider someone close to you, they're going to have an effect on your energy as a person, period. There's no getting around it. So you want to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the energy that aligns with what you want for your life and for yourself. Okay. Another thing I had to rebuild was my body. Okay. I rebuilt my body. All right. I really honed it. First of all, last year I worked out 50 of 52 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did. I didn't really miss a workout. And the 2 weeks that I missed was the week of Thanksgiving, and then the week of, I think that was New Year's Eve or something. It was like towards the end. Like I was consistent. And I'm not saying, oh, every week I worked out 5 days a week, 2 hour gym session, sauna session, cardio, lift. I didn't do all that. Literally, it just means that I showed up at least 2 to 4 times a week. I showed up for myself via exercise, whether that was me taking a walk, whether that was me doing an in-home workout, whether that was me going to the gym. I showed up. Even sometimes I would literally be like, okay, I haven't did a workout. It's Wednesday. I would go in my mirror and literally do 50 squats and do 30 push-ups. And that was me showing up for myself. Because it's not about being perfect, but it is about showing up and being consistent. You can't rebuild anything if you're not going to consistently do it. So showing up is important. And I was able to rebuild my body that way. So I was consistent with working out. And then I was also mainly very consistent with caring what I put into my body. Like I cared about what I put into my body. I wasn't just eating anything. Like I'm not gonna say towards the end of the year I ain't starting, grubbing out. Your girl grub. But I took a commitment to eating clean, and I maintained my clean eating commitment. Like I ate clean 80% of the time last year. I can honestly say that. Even when I ate out, because I like Asian food. I love sushi. I love pho. I love sushi and pho are like my favorites. Yeah, I had a really bad pho addiction for a while. But anyways, needless to say, in other countries and other cultures, that are not American, they usually eat a lot cleaner. They usually eat with clean ingredients, so that was what I had to do to rebuild my body. Like literally take my eating serious, take pride in what you put into your body. If you eat and then you feel all sluggish and like you could take a nap, that's because the inflammation is inflaming. Okay, your body is fighting itself. Food is supposed to give you energy. You shouldn't be eating yourself into a coma. Like that your body is working overtime trying to get that, trying to process all of the food that you just put in it. Arteries all clogged and shit because you smothering everything got fat back this, fat back that. You eat a bunch of processed food. Like I take so much pride in the way that I feed myself and feed my family. My son is so used to eating real food, it doesn't make no sense. Okay. So that was one of the things that was another thing that I had to do, was really rebuild my body, because I really realized that I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin. Like I wanted to feel good about, you know, going shopping. I wanted to feel good when I put on a swimsuit. I wanted shopping to be fun again for me, and that meant really taking my weight loss goals and my health goals serious. I wanted to actually feel good just in my body. So that meant caring about what I put in it and making sure I'm moving. Like y'all don't realize in modern life and modern society, and I know this because y'all gonna get in my career rebuild. I'm a kinesiology student now, and my last class, one of my last classes last semester was optimizing health and performance. And in modern life, we do not move as much as humans are intended and designed to move in modern life, because we all just sitting down all the time. Like get your body up, get moving every day. Move your body every day. I didn't say go do a hard workout every day, but get up and move, stretch, go take a walk. Hell, go for a run. Do some squats. Look on YouTube and find a little hip hop at home workout video or something. Like move your body. Move your body. You don't want your joints and all of your body just breaking down because you just don't move it. Don't move your body. And the last thing that I rebuilt was my career. Now, I as y'all know, if you've watched this, if you've watched my videos, but if not, it's fine. I'm gonna tell you. I started when I graduated high school. I went to the military, so that was a career I thought I was gonna have. That shit did not work out the way that I thought it was gonna work out. I got out of the military. I became, I was a single mom. Had to figure my life out, and I went from just doing a bunch of odd jobs, like like jobs that where was I good at them? Yes. Did I want to do that? No. Like I'm a great customer service agent. I'm great with admin stuff. I'm great with talking to people, problem solving, all that type of stuff like that. I can do that. But do I want to do that? No. And so I really wanted to figure out a career for myself. And what I thought like my career was gonna revolve around, I don't know what. I just know I want to be an entrepreneur, honestly. Like at the beginning of last year, I was like, I know I want to do something that's more entrepreneurial. But I also had to let go of the mindset that like if you have a job, it means you're not an entrepreneur. Like having a job don't make you any less of an entrepreneur. What makes you an entrepreneur is having your own business and making money and making sales, period. That's what makes you an entrepreneur. Whether you got two jobs and you do that, you're still an entrepreneur. And that's what I had to learn. And so, but I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I realized fitness and wellness, and that is like, I can eat, live, breathe it. Okay. Which is why I ended up going to school for it, because I'm so committed to learning all of that, that I am forcing myself to take this biology class again because the shit is hard. But I'm committed to becoming a physical therapist and helping people move better and live better and helping people rehab their injuries and, use movement as medicine. That's also what this channel is going to be about. So don't say I didn't tell you. That's going to be the main thing of this channel going forward. Wellness, fitness, all those things. We're still going to have some good conversations though. But I had to rebuild my career in that way. And so for me, that meant I got a couple of clients last year, being a personal trainer. I had a workout program that I was selling, did a couple of fitness challenges. I did that. And then I realized that I really wanted to do it for real. And I really, really wanted to know like really, really what I was talking about. And I didn't want to limit myself to an age group. Like, of course, yeah, I can tell young people how to move their body because I'm young and I can just give you my experience. But I had clients who were in their 60s. So I wanted to be able to give my clients correct information, which led to me going to school. So I'm currently, also in my career rebuild because I am in school and I'm also in the midst of getting a certification as well. And rebuilding all of those different areas have ultimately caused me to rebuild my life as a whole. Because a year ago, I was not a student and I lived in a different city and I was doing something else different, and as far as making money. And I was a different person as far as my friends. Like I had more friends and I had less of me. Like it was just, I realized that I've rebuilt my life completely. And I just wanted to give you all these tips because I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for who I am, who I've become, who I'm becoming. And I just want to help you all rebuild your lives in the best and most healthy and efficient way possible. Because I did all of that and I'm able to say that in this video. But guess what? All of that shit was stressful. Going through that stuff was not always pleasant. Rebuilding my relationship with friends and cutting people off and all that that did not feel good. But for how I feel now and the peace I have within myself, within my life, and I feel like I don't got anything or anybody in my life that I have to question, and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like when I thought I wanted to go to school for finance, it was just about money. But I realized like I don't want to be in the bank accounts of rich people. I don't want to be managing the assets of rich people. I want to be a rich person. I want to be wealthy. I want to be healthy. You know? Like I don't want to just be on Instagram seeing a certain girl with abs and she's a runner and different types of things. Like no, I want to feel that good about myself. I realized I wanted things for myself. And so it was important for me to rebuild my life in those areas. And hopefully you got something out of this and you can rebuild your life in those areas. And I love you. And if you want more content like this and you're into wellness and health, and we're going to talk about wellness in all areas, mental wellness, physical wellness, okay, emotional wellness, financial wellness, all of the wellness, okay? That's what this channel is going to be about. And so please subscribe. And if you have been any of my subscribers over the past year, thank you so much for subscribing. And I hope you get something out of this video and stay tuned for more content on the channel. Bye.